and Todd Show.
We're on Facebook Live right now. Hi, Candy, Mike, and Todd. You can find us there. Give you a little taste of our stories. You've been texting your votes. Candy, Mike, Todd at 98973 from the 206. Candy's story. Todd's story. Sorry, Candy. Woo! Those D-pick stats, I do not want to hear them. You might encourage more people to send them. From the 425, I got to hear Mike's story. However, I think Baby Panda Cuddler is the world's best job.
Strong
but
point.
I'm interested to know if he can top that. And then from the 206, absolutely Todd's story. Let's see what your mama ended up telling you. So right now, Choose Your News scoreboard says Todd is at 44. Mike is at 55. I am at 44. Oh, look at that. Our numbers are all nice. And we do have a winner today. Choose Your News happens to be Todd. Congratulations. Everyone wants to hear Mama's advice.
Yeah, so many years ago, well over 20 years ago, I came to the decision, and I do mean cognitively, thought it out, said, hey, I'm going to kill myself. And my rationale was this: things are not going to get better, so why continue to go through this all? And I was so demented at the time, and incidentally had been on an antidepressant that I shouldn't have been on, and a quack doctor gave it to me without enough testing, just so you know. I called my mom and said, I have determined I'm going to kill myself. And I was so deluded that I thought my mom would have – I made my case, laid out the logical argument for this. I thought my mom was going to go, well, I'd like to argue with you. I am your mom, but gosh, you make an airtight point. You should do it. She didn't do that, of course. What she said to me was really brilliant. She said, okay, why don't you put that on your schedule for next month? It's not something you need to do right now. I know you always have a day timer. Why don't you get out your day timer, put it on your calendar for a month from now, right? Let's do that. She bought time. And in that time, my sister got on an airplane and flew to where I was, Salt Lake City. My father, who detested aircraft and had only flown once before in his life, flew from Spokane to Salt Lake City. And in the morning, I went to the radio station to do my job, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, there's my sister in the parking lot. My dad hadn't arrived yet. My sister had already gone to my friends and had already said Todd intends to kill himself. So my friends had varying degrees of responses. Some of them come and said, hey, loser, heard you get off yourself, right? Give it up. Others people acting with deep concern, but all of them being themselves. All of them speaking of the unspeakable. All of them in their own way coming to me to either kind of joust me awake or to provide this caring. What my dad said is, I will not leave. I will not leave Salt Lake City while you're in this mindset. My sister said the same thing. I'll drop out of college, and I'll stay here. The fact that they flew out, the fact that they did that, then the fact that people knew, and the range of things that people did, from making fun of me to really coming over late at night to talk to me, changed my outlook. One of the things that happened right away was my sister at the time was a medical student, said, drop the pills, right? Drop the pills. These are not working for you. I did, and in 3 to 4 days, my outlook was completely different. So what I learned from this was my mom did not say on the phone, you can't do this. She knew she couldn't stop me. What she did was she moved it forward to a date where she could have some control. She bought herself some time, and she activated the family. So if you're thinking of this, and this is something in your life or someone that you think might be considering suicide, ask them, are you thinking of hurting yourself? Ask them, are you thinking of killing yourself? And then determine from them, do they have a plan? I had one. If they have a plan, it's serious. You need to act right now. I'm no expert, but that's one thing I've learned in this. So I wanted to thank my mom for that. And I told that story on national radio a few years ago, and people said it was brave. And that makes me sad that people think that's a brave thing to admit that you were one time in that mindset. That shouldn't be a brave thing. I think it's something that a lot of people should go through. And I think we should be okay saying, hey, I faced that demon down, and you can too.
Well, of course, today is World Suicide Prevention Day, but, not everyone has the mindset to say, I'm going to tell a family member I'm going to do this, right, and then recognize it for what it was after you went through that.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm saying is there are people, not everyone is going to make the announcement, and some people would say you didn't really intend to do it if you made the announcement. Maybe that's true. If you see the signs in your family members, ask, and I've asked people, do you intend to hurt yourself? Right?
Like they're not eating or sleeping too much, they're giving away things.
Yeah, giving away things, or they've stopped gaining joy from things that used to bring them joy. You're noticing these signs. ask the question because people will talk often when you ask the question. They want to hide and they want to be strong. And you know what's being strong is calling the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. You know what's being strong is asking for help. That's strong. Weak is to give up. One last thing, if you're a parent, you're considering killing yourself, understand this. You will pass that tendency on to your kids. Don't be selfish, right? Call to get some help. Coming up on the Candy Mike and Todd show, Seattle scores #1 for public transportation in the United States of America. #1, baby. Huh. Okay, we'll get to that. Right now, we get a traffic report from Tracy Taylor.
Thank you for sharing that, Todd.
My pleasure. Thank you.